I've gotten a bunch of questions lately on why I sold my Leica Q2, so I figured I'd make a video on why. The Leica Q system cameras is definitely one of the most popular rangefinder type of cameras that's out there, and they're aesthetically superb. I bought the Reporter Edition Leica Q2 a couple years back, and while I do love the camera, I did end up selling it. So recently I've gotten the question of, why did you sell your Leica Q2? Well, today I'm going to answer that for you. I just want to start this video off by saying that I do think that the Leica cameras are great cameras. They take great images and they're really well made. Some of the pros of the Leica Q2 is the lens itself. It came with a fixed 28mm Similux f1.7, and a lot of people actually argue that the lens alone is worth the price of the entire camera, which they may be right. Another pro is the build quality. This camera is built like a tank. The Reporter Edition that I had this Kevlar synthetic fiber around it, and it keeps the dust and moisture out, which is a huge plus. And it's actually very minimalistic. There's very few buttons on the back, so it gives it like a sleek, minimalistic design to it, which I also loved. And of course, it's a 47.3 megapixel full frame camera. Now, some of the cons that I came across. Now remember, these are my opinions only. Number one, which is the biggest con, which is probably most people's biggest con, is the price. The Reporter Edition is slightly more expensive, coming in at $59.99. It's almost $6,000, so it's quite a bit of money. And because it's built like a tank, it's quite heavy. You definitely can't fit it in your pocket. And although the lens is great, it is a fixed lens, but I also knew this going into buying the camera. And the accessories are really, really expensive. Just the spare battery alone will run you close to $200. So the reason I actually bought the Leica Q2 is because I wanted to use it as an everyday carry camera or an EDC camera. I wanted a very minimal grab-and-go carry system just for everyday use. What I quickly realized was I was still grabbing one of my other photography cameras along with the Q2. Now this totally defeated the purpose of a minimal carry system that I was going for. And the camera is actually bigger than expected. I definitely still needed to bring a camera sling or a camera bag when I took this camera out. And because it's 47 megapixels, the file sizes were quite large. Now this wasn't a big deal for me, but it is something to take note of. And because of all of these reasons and the hefty price tag, I couldn't justify keeping it. I just wasn't using it as much as I thought I was going to. So would I ever get another Leica Q system camera? Right now, no. And that's because the photography cameras that I have right now are just more than enough for what I need. But one thing that I've learned is never say never. Do I think that you should buy the Leica Q2 or Q3? Well, that's completely up to you. Ask yourself these questions. Will you miss the money that you spend on the camera? And is there a better camera that'll suit your needs for a cheaper price? I think it's a great camera to have if you have the extra money. I hope this video answers some of your questions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.